My father and I were at the bank trying to finish up a few really important things a couple days ago. So we were there and we were waiting for the teller, and then we walked up to the teller, and it was a bank that my father has banked at for years, and so he knows everybody there, everybody knows him, and people began saying hi to him, and he was just standing next to me, and we walked up, and the teller, who knew my father, said to my father, asked him, well, what do you want to do today? And my father looked at me and kind of asked me. Then I said to my father, well, we want to do, this and this and this, these things that are extremely important, crucial for my father to have everything organized to receive the care that he needs and receive the best possible care. And so then my father turned to the teller and said, yeah, okay, we want to do that. And so the teller took a few minutes to go through this progression of these different things that needed to be done, and then handed my father a slip with the balance and the different things that he had done. And my father took it and then looked at it, and for a few seconds, and then looked at me and then handed the slip of paper to me and said, here, keep this. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's important. You might want to hang on to that. That's one example of my father just not being able to decipher, a slip from the bank and figure out what it is in front of him. And I flew out of Portland, so the entire drive down from Seattle to Portland, I cried a good portion of the way. And then I spoke with one of my friends who, both of his parents, they went through this process of Alzheimer's, and he was telling me how one day he was standing next to his father, and his father was almost non-functional, and just reflecting on the difference between he and his father, and the fact that his faculties were all there. He was able to reflect and think, but his father he couldn't. His father wasn't able to take care of himself anymore, and thinking about the difference between the two of them, their capacities. He had so much more capacity than his father had at that moment. And he said it was as if God was speaking to him and saying to my friend, you see the difference between you and your father? Well, the difference in capacity between myself as God and you is infinitely greater than the difference between you and your father. And you know what? I love you. And it struck my friend, and at that point, God actually filled him with a burning, intense love for his father. And my friend said that that's his prayer for me, that God would give me the same intense, burning love for my father as a response to and receiving the burning and intense love that God, who has infinitely greater capacity than I do, for my father today. This is the God who loves us.